I knew I had to do Leo eventually because, as you know, I'm a big fan of this character design. I just feel like it's been painfully underdeveloped for most of this game's lifespan. So let's find out if something's happened in Season 4 to make things a bit better. The first change is kind of interesting because it's just more range on your one jab. I thought this was a decent jab already, but now I can tell that the range feels really good. I don't play a lot of Leo, so I don't have that sensitive feel for how much it's increased, but Leo experts, let me know what you think. This ties into your main fast block Punisher, the 1-4. This has been the main Punisher for 10 frames for Leo for as long as I can remember, and that's going to have better range now as well. I don't know if this change means that that difficult counter hit 4 combo, you know, magic 4 into a dash jab like that, is going to become more easy to perform. That has traditionally been very hard to stick, and I think in matches most Leo players do like easy kind of bootleg combos instead. So I stuck it right there. Let me know if it's become easier, because if it has, it means, you know, more powerful combos off of a potentially powerful magic 4, 12 frames to impact. So that's really cool. I think it's interesting that they just gave the character more jab range, because that means it is something that they're happy to do, just not for Miguel. The next change also has to do with fast block punishment. It's the 11 frame. This is a move I really like. This is the 2-2. I used it for, like, you know, close range wall conversions, kind of like that. But this is 29 damage. It used to be +4 on hit, it's +6 now. It used to be -13 on block, it's -12 now. It's a small change on block. You know, is your opponent really going to be aware of, you know, the difference between -13 and 12, or are they just going to do their 10 frame, you know? Who knows? But it's a small improvement. I think the +6 on hit could be cool though. Next is also a Punisher, kind of your long range / pushback kind of Punisher. The 4-2-2. This is a nice long range natural string for 35 damage. So we're getting progressively more powerful. This is 14 frames. So really pretty cool. So the change to this one is it's gone from +6 to +8, which is very substantial. They're kind of far away, so it's going to be difficult to mix. You can't really reach with lows. But there you go. Potentially powerful at the wall. And then shorten both characters' recovery time when blocked by 2 frames, making the pace faster. So it's some sort of quality of life increase for both players that doesn't really translate to an improvement in real frame data. Next, forward 4, an important move for the character. And this is a bug fix. Fixed an issue in which the input window for moves that can be performed during Gingerly was not correct. So some sort of bug fix on your manual Kink Transition. Something I have to explain quickly is when you look at patch notes and probably the move list, these stances are referred to as Gingerly and I think Faux Boo, respectively. In the community, at least when I started learning Tekken, they were referred to as King K and Bokuho. I don't know why these stances have like different names depending on where you look. It's just one of those flavorful aspects to Tekken lingo. I tend to refer to them as King K and Bokuho. So if you're confused, you know, when you're looking at the move list or the patch notes, that's why. So next change, during King K2, change the opponent's behavior when hit. This is potentially big. So this move right here, the 2 that comes out here, that move is kind of your main spin move in combos with this character. And on normal hit now, it's going to knock the opponent down and away, which it didn't do. I'm pretty sure it was a ballerina spin move before. So that could be cool. I don't know exactly what it means, you know, for Oki and stuff. Can you get guaranteed stuff here? Probably not. Doesn't seem like it to me. So potentially, you know, powerful. Having extra knockdown is always good, but it doesn't seem like it's going to like set up crazy Oki or anything like that, as far as I can tell. Next, King K4, which is the stomp when you step on the toe, the low. This has gone from +10 to +9 on hit, and it's gone from +4 to +4 to +9 on hit. And then on counter hit, it's gone from +10 to +9. Sorry, I messed that up a little bit. So you used to get +4, now you get +9 when this connects, as you can see right here. And +9 is obviously fantastic. It just means that you're completely uninterruptible and the opponent has to eat whatever mix-up you feel like applying. You are kind of strong for close range mix-ups with this character because you have a falling leaf. that is, fast, unseeable, and does great damage. So this is pretty good. I like the +9. And this is a mix-up stance. You enter it, you get some advantage, and then I think this is the main low you want to go for, really. So that's pretty cool. Next, Kink 3+4. This is the new move. And I mentioned that I think this is the low you want to go for when you're mixing in this stance. If you check that, you can see it's -12, which is kind of what you want for decent mix-up lows, especially if they have counter properties. -12 is fine, -13 is fine. This new move, Kink 3+4, is like a really slow sweep. It's not really slow, 24. You're going to get away with it a lot of the time. And it does have decent range, to be fair, but I don't think this is a great move. And as a Miguel player, or these days, I guess, occasional Miguel player, I feel your pain, Leo lovers, because, I mean, you get one new move for a season, and it's a seeable and launch punishable low. That doesn't feel good. I don't think hitting with lows like this generally feels that good, because I always feel like, okay, I hit my opponent with something powerful, but it was really because they didn't do what they were supposed to. I could have gotten launched. It's different from evading something and hitting with a whiff punish, where you are creating the damage and the opportunity. This feels more like, getting lucky to me, so I'm not a huge fan of that category of low. I've tested it, and as far as I can tell, I mean, when I first saw it, I was like, okay, this is obviously going to give like forward 3 into guaranteed Bokuho 2 or something. As far as I can tell, it doesn't do that either. So, yeah, I'm not in love with this move. Don't even get a combo on counter hit. I don't know what it's supposed to be for. And honestly, if you're mixing from Kincaid, the fact that you get +9 here, which is really great, and it's a small risk, it's only -12. I think the 4 is just so much better that's what I would go for. I mean, maybe if you've got a lot of space and you're trying to like keep the opponent out from getting in on you, but then eventually you're going to get blocked and launched for using this, and then you're going to be very sad. You can see it even staggers, -26. So I'm not a fan of the new move. If I've missed something, let me know in the comments. Next, forward 1+2. This is a cool change that I really like. They've sped up the impact speed of forward 1+2, which is a really cool and powerful move, potentially, from 18 to 17. And that might seem very small, but the fact is there are a lot of moves in this game that have a lot of pushback that you can potentially punish with this now. Death Fists and Claudio moves and all the rest of it. And this thing has absolutely incredible range. The range on this, I mean, as I was messing around with it, surprised me. It's really, really good. So I can honestly see a sort of Leo playstyle where you focus very hard on whiff punishment, where you're trying to stick this, and then if you've got more space, honestly throwing this. The fact that it's not, like most of these big shoulders, they tend to be launch punishable, -15 or up. The fact that it's only 14 is kind of good in my opinion, because you're going to get away with not eating much damage for the punish a lot of the time, depending on the matchup, obviously. But I actually really like this move right now, and I think, you play against one of those characters online that really like to do these massive pushback moves a lot, and then, you react perfectly, and you blow them up with this. Maybe you even, collect a nice wall bounce and get a full combo for it. I think that's going to feel really good. So yeah, I do like this change a lot. Next, this low, which is a fantastic low. It gives a combo, but you have to be close, and then you have to do, let's see if we can get it here. Like that. You have to do quarter circle forward 3. The while standing version of this move. So the quarter circle forward 3 and the while standing 3 are pretty much the same move, but in this case you really want to do the quarter circle, because the while standing version some of the time really doesn't seem to connect. For example, on Heihachi has a weird shiny, I guess, slippery bald head, and doing the quarter circle version from full crouch actually makes this combo sort of pick up more consistent, which is kind of weird, but there you go. But this is a good low. Let's get to the change they made to it. Change damage from 19 to 20. So it's a small damage change, but it's nice. This is a move that you use. I think it's good. See that? -12, but potential full combo on counter hit. The exact risk-reward ratio that you're looking for on good Tekken moves in the modern age. The best characters in the game right now, they rotate very, very safe counter hit launchers until one connects, and then they turn that into way too much damage, unfortunately. Leo really reminds me of like vanilla Tekken 7. I'm talking about like arcade cabinet Tekken 7 that I was playing like 5 years ago. This is pretty much what all characters felt like back then, and the power level and the combo level they were working with, and then everybody else kind of ran away from Leo. Obviously the character has gotten a little bit better and changed in some ways, but feels very traditional and very honest, and I like that. I just would like some of these deficiencies in the character to be, you know, looked at a little bit, but that's a digression. Next, down one and down one hold down, which allows you to go into full crouch. This is another important move for the character because it's an absolutely fantastic counter hit launcher. It's really, really good. It's got a big range. It works after side steps and all the rest of it. This is a move that good Leo players use all the time, as far as I can tell. So that's really nice. Let's look at the change. Change the frame advantage when blocked from -3 to -2. So again, really safe move considering the potential reward. This is a fantastic move. If you played Leo, you should probably use this a lot. Change the frame advantage on hit from +4 to +5, so more advantage on hit. Really, you're trying to counter hit with it, but you know, you get the hit, collect a +5. That's always nice. You know, maybe go for a cheeky falling leaf, who knows. Shorten the recovery time after the move counter hits by 1 frame. I don't know if that's going to improve like your combo paths or capabilities. As far as I know, you could no problem pick up with this down for the one before, and that still seems to be a pretty good idea. Cool, fun combos, just not very powerful. Not very like easily convertible. Next. Okay, so now we're going to get to a weird one. Leo has a bunch of moves where when you connect, if you press 1+2, you can key charge, which is weird because generally in this game you don't want to be key charge because you ruin your ability to block, and that is a catastrophe in Tekken, you know. All of your moves become counter hits and you get, you know, some properties, but you really don't want to be key charged generally in this game. But Leo has this ability to do it after a couple of moves. This Punisher, let's see if we can get it one time here. There it is. The 442 and the second hit of this move, which you have to counter hit with to get natural, unfortunately. So they've made all of these key charge moves a little bit better, right? So they've shortened the recovery after the move hits by 7 frames. So I'm guessing it means that the key charge is happening faster now. The thing with the key charge, you might be wondering, why do you want it if you don't play this character? Check that out. It's a super powerful, like souped up hell sweep kind of a move that you get, and you get another one that is even cooler in my opinion, which looks like that, okay? Imagine, like, you know, sticking this at the wall and then doing wall combos and stuff. Maybe you even do that cool wall combo. And see if I remember how to do it. I didn't do the Blue Spark version, but, you know, these new moves and paths, strings that you get access to are really powerful, but I don't think it's ever going to be worth it because you have to be key charged and it's just too much of a risk. In my opinion, this whole mechanic should have been Claudio's Starburst. Basically, you hit with one of these moves, you charge up something. It's not a key charge. You get a glowing aura, you get a fucking rum kind of lightning or something. Maybe your hair goes Super Saiyan, I don't know. And now you have access to these strings, but it doesn't mean you're key charged and you don't have the ability to defend. Kind of like, or exactly like when Claudio has Starburst. I think that would be really cool because these are moves that you hit with. Not this thing. I don't think this is great. Unless, of course, I mean, you're hitting with, what is it, like Bokuho 1-2. You can get that for free now in charge, so that works. This thing is like a fast gap closing with Punisher, and this is a great block Punisher and combo conversion tool. So these are moves that you use. What if you did that, charged up, and then you got good strings as a reward, and now they really have to be like terrified of your ability to Falling Leaf because it's 50 damage, you know? That didn't happen for Leo. You have to do the key charge. My big tip is, and I'm not a Leo expert, but my big tip would be, don't mess with this mechanic. I don't think it's good. I think it's underdeveloped, and I think it's risky. Which is a shame, because it's a cool idea. Next, we're going to get to some Bokuho changes, or Fobu, if you're reading Namco terminology. So Fobu 1 increased range, which is great because this is a good string. and you can tell that the range is kind of substantial, so you can do this from way spaced out, and you can whiff punish with this. And now that you get that guaranteed, even a wall splat at some ranges apparently, I think that's good. So yeah, this is a good stance. Next, Fobu 2 has a damage buff from 20 to 23. The 2 was the big launcher, by the way, which is great. Some extra damage on your launcher from the stance. And Claudio. Leo is a character who does struggle for combo damage sometimes, so this is potentially great. And I think, it looks really, unga bunga, but I think this is actually a good launcher that you do want to use with the character. And importantly, this wall combo where you do 443 into the guaranteed, when you do the little bounce thing like Katarina does, you can get this guaranteed, and it's your max damage wall combo, so more damage on that move means more wall combo damage when you do the good combo, which is great. And there are situations where you are collecting this sequence guaranteed as well. So, yeah, more damage on that is potentially actually pretty cool. Next, we've got Bokuho 3. This is the homing launcher. It's I really like this move too. I think it's cool. I mean, you step and then you walk and you do a combo. So the changes increase the lower range of the attack. I guess this was like inconsistent in some situations. I've heard actually Leo players talk about exactly that problem before, so hopefully this means that that is fixed. But this move is cool. Let's see if we make Paul block it like this. You can tell that it's actually +9 on block, right? Which is fantastic. Consider that. It is high, but it's +9 on block. It's homing, and it's a normal hit launcher. Those are some serious properties. So, really, really good move. Really cool. It's going to be difficult to stick for the most part, but hell, just collect the +9 and mix, I guess. But yeah, I hope this hitbox improvement has fixed some of those headaches that the move was causing for Leo players. And then Bokuho 1 +2 decrease the distance between the character and the opponent when the move hits. This is the Power Crush from Bokuho, this move. Now, we talked earlier about how your forward 1 +2 has improved range, improved impact speed, and is a really cool move. You can do this now. And I don't know if that used to be a thing. I don't remember. Again, you have to let me know. If it wasn't, then it's really cool. If it was possible before, I think it was actually, then, it might not be a huge improvement. But this Power Crush is cool. Like, if people are trying to contend with your stance and they mess up, you catch them with this, and it's 51 damage, which is really big. And it's just fun to use this shoulder. It's a very sort of iconic Leo thing, it's the rage art, so shoulders are supposed to be a part of this Baji Quan kind of kung fu style, which I know nothing about, but there you go. Alright, so that's it for Bokuho. Cool changes. This was already a pretty good stance. I think it's even better now. Next, we're going to talk about back 1 +4, which is this low. I mean, it's high and low, but you can basically consider it a low, right? Because if you duck to block a low, you go under highs. Decrease the distance between the character and the opponent when the move hits. I don't know if that's important. I'm not in love with this move. +3. I guess that's pretty good for a fast low with good range. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, this is a good move. I'm wrong about it. This is actually a good move. I don't know if it matters that you're closer when it hits, though. Next, it's this thing that we talked about earlier. The speed up of the key charge mechanic. Not huge as far as I'm concerned. And then up forward 4, improve the lower range of your hop kick. So this is a kind of a bad hop kick, honestly. You can tell that the range isn't great. I mean, compared to Kunimitsu's new hop kick, which basically hits from full screen, and this just looks very lackluster, but it hits lower, so I'm guessing that that's another attempt. Namco apparently have really wanted to improve how a lot of moves that crush and go down, on the ground could go under hop kicks, and I sort of see where they're coming from, because when you hop kick somebody who's down there, doing lows and doing crush moves, this is supposed to be like, okay, I hard read you, and I'm going to deal with this by doing a hop kick, and then the hop kick misses and you get messed up. That doesn't feel good. It's not the intended way the game is supposed to work. So they've given it lower range. I think you should have given it some range in front as well, because it really needed it. The down 4-2 has, people talk about this being like an amazing range move. It's good. It's not amazing, as you can tell right here. I mean, it's a decent range launcher, but don't make the mistake of thinking, you know, it's super fantastic, like down 4-2 one from Kuma, you know, for example. And, you know, she can't launch crouchers with this, so you need to use the hop kick instead, and that's why the hop kick is important, and the fact that it has bad range kind of sucks. Just a digression on hop kicks there. Next, yeah, the 4-4-2 version of the key charge change. We've talked about that. Next, this sequence with the Blue Spark version. Both versions, the non-Blue Spark and the Blue Spark, change the frame advantage on block from -17 to -13 apparently. This move, as far as I know, is only ever used as a combo ender, so I don't think this matters, because I don't think you use it in the open. When you're using it in combos, it doesn't get blocked. Shorten the recovery time after the move hits by 2 frames, so another kind of quality of life thing, minor. This one's cool though. Crouch dash 3+4, which is this cool little wheel kick thing. Change the opponent's behavior when the move lands as counter hit. A nice little combo starter right here. Really cool. And this move is good as well. You do do a lot of crouch dashing with this character. This is safe at -6. So yeah, I like this change. It's homing as well. Cool stuff. Next, your slash kick. Increase the low range of the attack. So again, floaty kicks are going away, and they're going to be able to hit people who are on the ground or doing crush stuff. While rising 1+2, this one I don't get. I think they've written it wrong in the patch notes, because or I'm blind, but it says while rising 1+2 first hit, change the opponent's behavior when the move lands as a counter hit. This while rising 1+2 is a great move. It's a punisher, it's a combo ender. You have the exact same version from crouch dash as well, so you know you can do this for a wall combo. Kind of like that. Used to be the max damage, I think, but it's got janky, as you can see right there, kind of cross-up problems like Anna's butt used to have. So this doesn't have a first hit, right, because it's just one hit. It also doesn't have, as far as I can tell, counter hit properties that are different. See, the normal hit +22, the counter hit +22. So I don't get this one. I think they're talking about some other move. But again, like all the other while standing moves, I've tried them out, and I can't tell what it's supposed to be. So if you figured it out, then put it in the comments, and I'll sticky that comment at the top so that people who are curious get to know. And then during sidestep 1+2, which is again fantastic move. This is similar to, you know, Bob's sidestep lariat. You stand up here, you have them block something, you sidestep, you wall splat. It's great. This used to be -10, it's -9 now, so it's safe, and I think this is great. Wall pressure is fantastic with this. Great move. And you know, you want this to be safe. There's so much safety in the game right now, especially on the best characters in the game. I mentioned it earlier, but if you want to be able to keep up, you need to have powerful stuff that is safe on block. It just basically, if it isn't safe on block, don't use it anymore in this game. It's just not worth it, kind of. I mean, I'm sorry if that sounds cynical, but that's a great change. Going from -10 to -9 is a big deal. Becoming a safe move is a big deal for a move. It basically changes the way you can use it completely. Also, shorten the recovery time after the move hits by 1 frame. So that's it for Leo. You can tell that I've kind of moved into the murky waters of characters I don't have a lot of experience with myself, just a little bit, mainly in previous games right now. So, I mean, there could be things where this change actually has bigger implications that I'm able to see, because it opens up some sort of combo path or something like that. So if I am missing bits and pieces here, I am sorry about that, but I try to do a lot of testing and be somewhat thorough. I'm doing the best I can. But there you go. So conclusions when it comes to Leo. Is this going to rocket the character up the tier list? Definitely not. I think this is underwhelming, and I'm disappointed. And I'm sorry if that sounds really negative. There are some cool changes here. I really like this thing. I really like this thing. I like the improvements potentially to, you know, the Bokuho 3. So there is really, really cool stuff in here. But when you have a character that's been underwhelming for this long, and you keep buffing the good characters, when Kazuya keeps staying strong or getting better, and Brian keeps getting better, and you need to make big, big, big changes to these characters if you want them to catch up, because when you give them like these small things and make certain bits and pieces a little bit better, it's not going to help them catch up to characters that are that far ahead when they also stay really strong or keep getting better. So I'm not a huge lover of these changes. I think Leo needed something more, but the people who play this character at this point really, really enjoy it, and they do it, because of love, and that's the kind of player I really like and respect. So Leo players, you really have my respect. I think this character is super cool, and one of these days I'm going to spend a lot of time getting really decent at using it and playing more and using it more, because I mean, it's the kind of Tekken I like to play. But there we go. That's Leo. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.